All right, we'll dive right into it today. See a lot of familiar names and faces here in the webinar. Like I said, I think today is going to be a smaller crowd in the audience, so I know for sure we'll be able to get to everyone's questions, even multiple questions from everyone. We'll take the questions one at a time, though. So I'll be your host for the Webinar Wednesday today. My name is Jason, one of the co-founders here at Brilliant Directories, and we're lucky today to be joined by Gabe. He's a support specialist here at Brilliant Directories, and he'll be chatting with you guys in the background of the webinar.
Hey there, guys. How's it going? It's great to be here. I'll be helping out here in the chat.
Definitely appreciate Gabe's help in the webinar, and that way we can answer more questions at a time. If you are not yet a member of the LinkedIn marketing group, I highly recommend it. You can ask questions there after the webinar and get to know fellow directory owners and collaborate and discuss strategies related to marketing, SEO, designing your website, accumulating larger member lists, and more. You can go to brilliantdirectories.com/LinkedIn, and it is free to join. So for those of you joining us for the first time, the goal of Webinar Wednesday is to help you guys. With any website projects, there are times where you get stuck, you get confused, you get lost, you get frustrated, you want to throw your laptop against the wall. It happens. So Webinar Wednesdays are here to kind of provide some additional support in addition to our documentation and our email support. And really, you can ask questions about anything. It can be about marketing, generating leads, designing your site, even complicated coding on your site. I'll try to do the best I can with those types of questions, explaining how some things work and some strategies on how to generate revenue as well. So get your questions ready. Again, it's a smaller crowd today, so we might be able to get to multiple questions from everyone. Last week we shared a recommended reading recommendation. It was for Shoe Dog, the story of Phil Knight, the creator of the Nike company and brand. This week I'm recommending Rework. Rework is written by the guys who started Basecamp along with other software. And I read this book about probably 6 or 7 years ago, right before while we were still building the Brilliant Directories platform. And Rework is a really good book to help simplify your work when you're starting a company. A lot of times we get in our own way. We may overcomplicate things. And this provides a way to remove roadblocks and remove distractions to focus on your goal. And it really talks about how you can get from point A to point B in the most efficient manner. What I gained from this book was we were actually building the software, but it also has to do when you're building a company or a website. Instead of building everything from scratch, we repurposed a lot of the things that we had already built. So we were able to develop quicker. And you can apply those strategies to anything with regard to your marketing, with regard to how you're setting up your site. Right now you have the Brilliant Directories platform. A lot of the features are already there for you. Now it's just time to execute the marketing. So if you're not in the marketing phase now and you're not getting members to join your site, or you're having those hurdles, and you're just focusing on designing your site and waiting for features or waiting for other people to help you, this book is really good at helping you realize what the most critical things are and putting everything else aside. So this book was very beneficial and helpful for me, and I think it'll be a great read for you guys. And it's also a super easy read. The letters are nice and big in the book. I'm not a big reader, but this was an easy read for me, and I think you guys will appreciate this. All right, some fun stuff. We had a contest winner last week. You just had to tweet something on our Twitter account, and John from Muses Media Lab was the winner. If you're in the webinar, John, all you need to do is email support@brilliantdirectories.com to claim your free Power website plan. It's a $1,500 value. Here is John's tweet from last week. It also got a few retweets, so we really appreciate that. And for those of you who didn't win the contest, we're doing something super special for the deal of the week today, just for you guys in the webinar. It is to get another Power Plan website added to your account for $350 one-time payment. As you guys know, it's normally $1,500 for a Power Plan website. It's about 75% off the $1,500 price, but because the price is so low, we're going to limit this to the first 10 buyers only. You can go to brilliantdirectories.com/promo, and it's just a one-time payment of $350. It'll add an additional Power Plan website to your account. So if you have another project in mind that you want to start, tomorrow or 6 months from now, this is a great way to get an advantage on that investment for your business. So brilliantdirectories.com/promo, and it's a one-time payment of $350, and we're going to limit this to just the first 10 buyers only. All right, now for the fun part, we got a lot of time here. We don't have that many people in the webinar today, which is actually a great thing. We can get to everyone's questions. You can type in your questions or use the raise your hand feature, and I will unmute your microphone, and we'll get started now. So I'll look for some questions from you guys. All right, Wakely, I've unmuted your microphone.
Hi, thank you. Great to finally be able to join you guys.
Yeah, Wakely, no problem. How you doing?
I'm not doing too bad, thank you. So I have some questions regarding SEO.
Okay.
In more specifically, let's see, under the custom member SEO settings.
Gotcha. Okay. Let me go there, and let me just show everyone what you're referring to. So with Brilliant Directories, you can always customize your SEO. Whether it's for all your members' profile pages, your search results. But what's really cool about Brilliant Directories is you can also edit the SEO on a per member basis. So I'm just going to edit this member here. So you want to go to search members, and then under quick edit is where you can edit the SEO. Let me do one more thing. Let me go to their profile page as well. So when it comes to SEO and Google, it's really what's behind the page that's related to the SEO. It's obviously what's on the page as well. But I'm going to look at the source code here. And most important is the title of the page. This is the title that Google reads. And you always want this to be keyword friendly. And it is out of the box with Brilliant Directories. You do have the ability to inject more keywords into there. And then you have two more important ones. I'm going to highlight both of them. The meta description as well as the keywords. And keywords aren't so much more important with search engines anymore because they learn that people inject spammy keywords to kind of really take advantage of that feature, but they still matter if you do it in a tasteful fashion. So this is how it is by default, Wakely. It does use the template here, so I'm going to jump around just a little bit. The template for profile pages, if you're logged in with the admin bar, you can go to Edit SEO Template, and you can set rules for all of your members. So this one's using a lot of variables. So it's going to use the full name. So it would use your name, Wakely. The profession on this site is dentist, their city, and their zip code. So it will use this for each of your members. And what you're asking is, you can customize the SEO on each specific member. If you go to quick edit, there are custom member SEO settings. Is this what you're asking
Right.
about?
So right there where you're at then, when I go down to, typically I would click on the load from template, it does that, but when I go down to the member page keywords and I load that from the template, I'm not so sure that that's always looking how it's supposed to. Sometimes there's double commas, sometimes there's...
So right. So the reason there would be double commas is, let's look at the keywords here. So this is using the location. It's using the profession name. The profession is used a lot. It's using the profession plus the full name. If you wanted to change this just for all your members, so you just have to do it once and it's done, and it uses the same formula, let's call it a formula, SEO formula for all your members, utilizing all those juicy keywords, you don't need to really edit this custom member SEO settings. This is really if you just want to add something on a per member basis. And if you have hundreds or thousands of members, it's not practical to customize the SEO for each individual members. It's nice to come up with a smart formula for the SEO settings and do it on the mass template basis rather than the individual member basis.
Okay.
So the best place to edit this, and again, you want to use the members' metadata like their name, their phone number, their zip code, their location, what their specialties are. You want to use those variables so that way no matter what member it is, it's using a combination of their full name, their profession, which is the top level category actually, and things like that. That way no matter what the member inputs, it's a nice formula for the SEO of your website, for the profile pages, as well as the search results. All the pages of your website can use this a smart template to create a good quality SEO formula for your website.
Okay, so all of the specialties, let's say, those that would go under the page meta title or the meta keywords.
So what you want to do, I would focus on the top level category, because if someone has like 30 specialties, it's gonna reflect as spam to Google. That's what I was talking about. When you want to have about 4 to 6 keywords maximum for your keywords. When you start having like 200 keywords, I'm just using an exaggeration, it doesn't add value, and that's what a lot of online marketers started doing. So the search engines give a little bit less value to what the meta keywords are for pages. What's more important is the content on the page. Google's looking for a good user experience. So if people are coming to this profile page and Google knows when users are scrolling, if people are scrolling, if people are clicking, Google values a good user experience over just perfectly set up SEO on your site with keywords and descriptions and things like that. They do matter, but Google's looking more for providing a good user experience. So it's always good to think about the website visitor first and then the SEO structure second. And they go hand in hand, but you always want to give a good user experience above all.
Okay, and then I apologize. Could you go back to where you pointed out the master template?
Sure. So if you go to your site from here, you can click on Visit Website, and then it takes you to your homepage. You'll get this nifty admin bar in the side here, this dark gray admin bar. And whenever you're on a page and you want to find out, okay, what's the global SEO template that's controlling my profile pages or search results, you can click on Edit SEO Template. And if it's a dynamic page, meaning it's a page that's created by the system, like a search results or a member profile page, it'll have an SEO template. You just click on this, it'll take you into the admin area, and then what you want to edit for your profile pages are basically these 3 things here: your page meta title, keyword, and description. What's even more fun is there is a section for social media sharing right below. So let's say someone's going to share that profile page on Facebook. You can actually control what the title is of the page that shows in Facebook, because Facebook's going to try to figure out what the title of the page is, as well as the description. So these 2 are really good for adding a little more control for social media sharing. All right. Thank you for your question, Wakely.
Okay. All right, yeah, thank you.
All right, good question there about SEO. All right, Teresa, I've unmuted your microphone.
Oh, great. I decided to change up the menu a bit because it seemed as though there were a lot of people that were, or I saw more sites popping up that looked very similar or were in the same vein as my site that I had been working on. So I changed up the menu to be more of a service-oriented as opposed to a package-oriented, meaning They're not so much, the package isn't geared towards a membership levels as opposed to types of services that are, for instance, website design, that sort of thing. You know, website like
Do you mind?
for
Do you mind if we take a look at your site?
no, go ahead, sure.
What is it?
And the contractors room.
Got it. Okay.
So my niche market obviously is contractors. So, and I'm just now starting to change it up, so it's kind of in this morphing stage in the middle of it.
No problem. So let's look at your. Okay.
So this is an idea. So more like you know, just advertising if they want just advertising, or if they want web hosting, or if they want advertising, if they want a directory, for instance, if they want web hosting also, like if they want me to create them a website on something. These are contractors. I mean, I can create a 4 or 5 page and I do it yourself, you know, GoDaddy or, you know, 1-in-1 or web.com or those, you know, other do-it-yourself site, Wix or whatever, Shopify or whatever. Not that they don't need Shopify, but you know what I mean. I don't have to be a programmer in order to offer them a website, because a lot of them don't have websites, or if they do, they made them themselves and they don't look too good. So
can I show you something?
Sure.
Because you have contractors, general contractors, and independent contractors, like construction people, right?
Exactly. That's my target market.
So you're telling them, hey, we're going to help you manage your online presence a little better, and it starts with a simple listing on your site, or you know, you're going as far as, you know, we'll build you a simple website for your company. And then there was another one here where it said my back office. It looks like your premium plan. Where you help them set up their QuickBooks and some other more hands-on. You're offering them stuff more than just the directory listing.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, my background is I'm an accountant, so and I train people and I actually teach classes on QuickBooks. So I thought I would integrate my experiences with this, and I've actually been a controller of an advertising company. So I like the advertising aspect of it, but I wanted to be different than in the sense of changing it up as far as having basic, premium, and, you know, and the whole enchilada type.
Gotcha. And then,
packages.
Right. And then I see here you have tell us about your project. Is this for the consumer to?
Yeah, and that's it. Yeah, and I know that too in itself could be confusing, because I now am, my target market, by the looks of that, is the homeowner. And then everything else is targeting the member, is targeting the person who, you know, might want some. There's a lot of mom and pop contracting companies, husbands and wives, that do their books out of their home, you know, so
Gotcha.
That's the reason for that.
So
but originally, yeah, so I'm trying to marry the two there, the homeowner thing along with the different levels of services that they might like. I mean, every business needs advertising, every business needs a website, every business needs bookkeeping. So if I keep, you know, stacking those services, that's kind of like my basic featured premium, so to speak.
Gotcha.
And I'm just now starting it. That's why it's kind of
that's okay.
In the middle of things.
I'm gonna try to help.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just see if I'm gonna make your form look a little prettier. So there's a few things going on here. I don't know if this is gonna work, but let's find out. I think I did a few of them. There you go. So those are getting a lot. Let me just finish the last few for you. So there's a few things going on with your site, and I understand it's a work in progress. I didn't understand who or what your site was for, unless I looked at that hammer in the logo.
Right.
One of the biggest hurdles with websites, especially directory sites, is speaking to your audience and making sure that the message about who you are is coming through, because you can have a website that has all the functionality in the world, but if no one understands who the site is for, whether they belong or not, then you're going to miss the mark with acquiring both consumer visitors who you want to fill out this form and professional members that you want to join your website. Let me fix your form here, and then I'm going to make a recommendation for you. So what I'm doing is,
Thank you.
what you want to do when you create a form is, and not many people know this, in the CSS class, you want to put form-control, and that's what gives it that pretty look. So all I'm doing is I'm opening all your form fields here, and let's see here, form control, and it looks like you've done everything correctly otherwise. I'm just going to finish the last view. Oh, you have it here. So let's just save it there. And what I want to defer to is actually, it's a premium webinar that we did. Let me show you where that is. And it really covers making your site resonate with members. And so if you want to go to brilliantdirectories.com, it's under the free workshop videos. So you can catch all the previous webinars under the free training webinars. And then we have premium workshops. Anyone who's in the VIP add-ons club has access to the premium workshops. And I want to refer you to this first video down here, 8 ways to attract and profit from new visitors. Let me see which other one there is. I mean, all of these are invaluable, but I think this one talks about your content, this one and this one.
Okay.
So if you're not part of the add-ons club, I would recommend joining. The value in just these videos is amazing.
Okay.
Because they're dedicated, they're almost 2 hours long each, and they really talk about how to set up your site. So in your case, you're trying to talk to 2 different audiences. I'm going to take you to a demo site we have. It's an interior design demo. We use this in one of those premium webinar classes. So in this example, the site is trying to appeal to interior designers to join the network, as well as consumers who want to contact designers for projects. So
that's nice. Yeah.
So you know, I think this can even be done better. But when you come to the homepage, you know, it's very up here. It says designers join our network. See, little things like that. Instead of just get listed to say, you could say contractors get listed today. And those little things with the text, and all it is verbiage. Just the words on your site is gonna make your site sink or swim. It's very important. So let me put a link to this site as an example, so everyone can check out this site. I'll put this in the chat for everyone. There's a chat here, and what I would recommend doing is joining the VIP add-ons club. I think I lost the page. And getting access to these premium workshop videos. Because in your case, you have a great idea. There's contractors, they don't have time to manage their online presence. And if you can set this site up correctly and just do a little bit of marketing and the right verbiage on the site, you're going to convert the people who come to this site. Because I didn't understand who these plans were, if these were for the consumers or if these were for the contractors. I like what you wrote up here, but the names of the plans really didn't tell me what to do. I like what the plans are offering. I just don't know who they're for or knowing what I need. I wanted to show you a cool trick though, and then I'll get to the next question. So with Brilliant Directories, you want to offer your members their own websites, right? Okay.
Right.
Let's take this person, for example, Bertola Custom Homes. So this page is kind of like a website for them, except it's got your dang logo up here and your footer, right? Other than that, it's pretty much a page. It's dedicated only to them. And if they don't have a website or anything, this is a highly valuable page for them. Let me show you a cool trick you can do with Brilliant Directories for different membership levels. So let's edit this featured membership level. So Bertola is a featured member. And then I'll revert this. What you can do without any coding under additional settings for the membership level, the product, if you scroll down, what you can do is hide the website header and hide the website footer. And I'm just going to save that temporarily. And what that's going to do, let me refresh the page. Now, just with no clicks, now there's just your logo is gone from here. There's even ways to remove the breadcrumbs. And this is theoretically now a dedicated page just for this member. There's no footer, and
That's
there's
right.
no header. So
Yeah.
without any coding, you can offer premium members, I guess, an unbranded website, on your site. So that's just another idea
Right.
for you that I see people offering some of their members. All right.
Right. Yeah. No, that's a much cleaner look. Yeah.
All right.
I mean, my information doesn't need to be on there. That's their page.
Right.
Basically.
Maybe for your free
Yeah.
members, you don't do that, but for higher members, you do that. So I think you have a great vision and concept. I think it's going to come down to the messaging and being able to resonate and relate to the potential members and your website visitors. All right. Good question from Teresa. I've seen sites that have great concepts, but the messaging is just, it's incorrect. And with some small tweaks, you can really, convert more visitors into paying members and joining your site. So be aware of the text on your site and show your site to friends and family and just show it to them and say, tell me what you think this website is for. And if they're confused, then something is wrong with your messaging. If they can say, oh, this is a site where contractors can get help with their online presence, that's great. Then you have clear messaging. All right, we'll go to Tanya. Tanya, I've unmuted your microphone.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Sure thing. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Denver.
All right, go Broncos.
Yeah, and my directory website is Denver Pet Place.
Okay.
And I'm having a couple of issues, and I don't know how to get help with them. First of all, I'm not getting notifications because I can't integrate my email. I'm having problems with that.
Okay.
Also, I could not fix my price page, so I substituted some HTML code, and now I would like to have the price page back. Okay. And I wonder if there's a way to reset.
Yeah, I can help you with that. So first, let me show you. Give me one moment here. I want to show you how you can, so when you're saying you're not getting emails, you want to, when someone signs up, get a notification, or whenever there's activity on your site, you want to get what we call like CC'd email. Is that what you're referring to?
Yes, because I think when I set up the site, it created a Denver Pet Place email, but that doesn't really, it's not functional.
Okay. Okay, so you're actually talking about the email address itself. So you're not able to use like info@denverpetplace.com. Is that what you're saying?
Not that I know of. I'm not able to get notifications from there at all. So I don't even know when there's activity on the site.
Okay. So what you can do is this. I'm going to, first of all, in your admin account, what you can do is you have an email address associated with your admin login that you log in. You have your username and you also have an email address. What you can do, so whether it's your personal email or your business email, at least for now, what you can do is there is an option here, and I'm here under settings, admin accounts. You can set this to get email updates. Yes, send activity notifications to my email, and it'll come to this email here. So whatever you put, if you do Jason and Jason@jason.com, it'll come, all the website activity that's able to be emailed will come to this personal email. So that'll give you a pulse on your website, even if you're not checking it every day.
Okay, great.
With regards to setting up email accounts, so you've connected your domain name, which is great, denverpetplace.com. What you can do is under emails, you can go to email accounts, and this is where you can create an email account or set up forwarders. So maybe you want to create info@denverpetplace.com, and then you want those emails to forward to your personal email so you don't have to check two inboxes. So you can create, I'll just go here with you. So you can come here. I see you have info@denverpetplace.com. So what you might want to do is then set up a forwarder to your personal email address.
I see. Okay.
And if you don't want to set up a forwarder, you can also, I think we have an article in our support center of how to do, what do you use? Gmail, Hotmail, Yahoo, Apple
Uh,
Mail?
well, it's my company's email. So do I need to pop information, or is that what I need to have, or?
Yeah, correct. And I know we have an article in our community forum, connect an account with Microsoft Outlook. This information, it should be similar to what you need. These are steps for Microsoft Outlook, but it should provide you with like the information you need to enter for your site. So that will let you
Okay.
actually like sync your info at email with your company's email, so then you can, receive emails there again, or you can set up the forwarder, which will forward the info at emails to your other company email.
Okay, thank you. That was helpful.
All right, and then let me get your pricing page set up. That's actually pretty simple. Give me
So
one.
the thing, while you're setting up my pricing page, the thing about it is no one's going to pay at all. I think we have 3 membership levels right now, but they are all free. So until we can get the site up and going, and then we might add some paid memberships.
So what's a really good strategy is letting people have a paid option and have people sign up for free. And people who have, the first people who join your site, who have completed their profiles, Patrick always recommends, who's on the webinars with us normally, calling those members and establishing a relationship. So what you can do is you can upgrade them for free for life to your paid membership level, and those people are going to turn into super fans of your website. So, although they're signing up for free, you can really turn them into evangelists of your site by just upgrading them to your paid level for free. So that's always an option for you to do that as well. So,
Okay.
by the way, good job putting your own custom widget here, early access form. This is a widget you added yourself. I'm going to go ahead. Can I remove that and just put what was there before?
Yes, please.
Okay. Do you want me to keep this text here? Interested in getting early access?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. Now let's save the changes. And let's see here. Did you delete the form, the paid sign up form as well? Let's see.
I don't know. I don't think I would have deleted it.
All right, let's check it out. No problem. We still have your pricing page here. Let me see if there's anything in it. All right, it looks like you've deleted everything in your pricing page. Is the
Okay.
people place, people listing, is that what that is?
So yeah, we have different membership type. There are businesses and there are people.
Right. So usually for the people, those are like general users that you want to be registered into your site. Is that correct?
Yes.
So
Yes.
there is always a membership level for general users. Those are people who might want to bookmark or favorite some of the members. Let me see here. Okay, so you've created a lot of membership levels here, and none of them are being shown on your website. But you do have members listed in them. I see you're using the claim. You're listing here. Let me think what the best thing to do is. If you want to email the support team and tell them to restore the pricing page that comes default with your site, first of all, that will get it to show on your pricing page. And number 2 is then you can start working in the different plans that you want to promote and advertise.
Okay.
So the general user account comes with all the sites. Let me see here. Let me show you what that looks like. So when you come here, you can see like not a registered user, create a free user account. That's kind of your general user. You don't really need them on your pricing page. You can have them to register. What I would recommend to you, I think it'll help you a lot, and there's a lot of value because you have a lot of membership levels here. There's a lot of things up in the air, and I know that your time is valuable. What I would recommend is a website audit review because you have your vision in place. It looks like you just need some help setting stuff up. And let me show you what that is. It's a 1-hour call with our team, and you really get a lot done in that call. And you can use the promo Club 50. It'll get you guys on the webinar if you guys are watching and you want this. And I'll show you what it is. Let me just make sure this is working. It's normally $200. The Club 50 gets you $100 off. So it's a 1-hour call for $100, but it's going to save you tons of time. They're going to help you with your membership levels, your emails, everything you just mentioned are the top 2 things here. Your pricing page and any other topics, your email accounts. You can choose which things you want to cover in your call, but what you can do is rest assured that these things will get done and you can move on with the rest of your project instead of staying stuck on these things.
Okay, that sounds great.
Thank you for your question. So a lot going on there. It's a really good opportunity for Tanya to use the website audit review because she's got a good vision. She's doing a lot of work. This will kind of help her focus her time and energy in the right places and allow our team to kind of do some of the heavy lifting and hand-holding to get the site up and running. All right, let's continue with the questions here. Darren, I've unmuted your microphone.
Yeah, hi Jason, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. How you doing, Darren?
Yeah, good. Yourself?
Very, very good. What's your question for us today?
That's good. It's SEO related.
Okay.
I've got a couple of directory sites. One's still in its infancy at the moment, but the plan is to make that a national lead gen type of site. However, I wanted to start out by targeting a specific suburban niche first with it. So I'm actually getting a widget made up at the moment that's got a tab for the actual page so that I can hide some content behind that tab to help the SEO side. I was just wanting to get your view on how I should set that page up.
Yeah, do you want to take a look at it together?
Yeah, sure. It's wowe. That's wowe.com.au.
Say it one more time. Sorry, a lot of W's in there.
Yeah, sorry, that's wowe.com.au.
Where is a link to that lead page that you're trying to create? I'll find it. No worries.
Sorry.
I'll find it. Let me go to your content pages.
Yep.
Okay, let's see here. Password reset, test tab. Let's see here. It's got to be this one, test tab page.
Yes.
Okay. I see something, widget slider here. It's not loading anything. Have you seen the work yet? If you're having someone build it for you?
There was a small glitch with it, that's all, so it might have been taken off already. Sorry, Jason.
Okay.
But
here's a test tab page. Well, nonetheless, so you're trying to create a lead page. Let me go somewhere else, actually. Let me tell you what I recommend doing. So Google knows when content is hidden behind a tab, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. Let's look at this sample member as an example. So on this profile page, and it's very common, we have the overview tab, and then we have the specialties tab and the reviews tab. So you're going to have a lead form, and then in another tab is going to be some juicy SEO content about that landing page.
yeah, basically.
So it's not a bad thing to have a tab. With that said, however, Google does know content that's either what's called cloaked or hidden, where you can never see it even in a tab, and Google actually frowns upon that and knows that that's happening. Sometimes people will put, for example, white font over a white background, and Google knows that as well. So people trying to put white font on a white background to kind of sneak some content onto a page, they're just blasting it with keywords and things like that. Google is smart enough to know the contrast between letters in the background. Again, the term is called cloaking. What I would recommend, let me go to our new lead gen demo site. And so there's a lead form on the homepage. That's all fine and well. But there is another page to get free quotes. And what I would recommend doing, instead of maybe using a tab, you could put your form on the left or right, and then these are just some confidence boosters, but you could put some friendly SEO content here on the left side of the page. That way it won't be hidden. So, and it's a lot easier to code also to do it yourself or to have someone do it for you. So
Okay.
this would be, and I'll put this link in the chat. So if anyone wanted to check out the lead gen theme, you can go to demobootstrap.com, and it is the third option here, lead gen demo. And I'll put a link to this page. It's the get free quotes link. And I'll just put that in the chat here. So this is another way to show SEO content, instead of hiding it with tabs.
Okay. Okay, so that could target a specific suburb as well. Is that what you're saying, Jason, or is that just a general thing that would be on the general page?
Well, you can make a landing page for it. What's a landing page? Oh, what's a suburb in your area?
Oh, I don't know. It could be Geelong, possibly.
Okay, I can't. Is Perth a suburb?
Perth, yeah.
All right. So you can create a specific landing page for Perth, and then you can make everything about Perth. You don't have to cloak anything. Get quotes from professionals, and you can put in Perth, and then you can just make the page all around Perth. And I don't know who your professionals are, but it can be, as an example, interior designers, or locksmiths, or plumbers, whatever it might be. And then you just make the whole page about Perth.
Yeah, okay, yep.
All right. Does that help a little bit?
Yeah, it does, actually. That's what I was actually after. I was actually after targeting a specific suburb to start off with, so just creating that.
Yeah. And then furthermore, like when you create that page, as I mentioned earlier in the webinar, you can do the SEO meta details. You can, do Perth plumber quotes, as the title. You can put everything related to Perth in your title, your keyword, and description to further optimize it for search engines.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Okay, that's good. Okay, great. Thanks, Jason.
All right, thanks for your question. Some good SEO questions there. You're welcome. Thank you, Darren. Let's go to the next question here. Sheila, how you doing?
Hi, Sheila from Chicago. I have a question for you. My question is, can you please explain from the member product section where you can select number of visibility based on zip code, county, city, state?
Yes.
Can you explain that? How is that really different from multi-listing?
Perfect. So let me explain what that is. So Sheila is asking about two different add-ons that we have. And let me just go to our add-ons page. The two different add-ons, I think I explained this a little bit last week as well. The two different add-ons she's referring to are these two: multi-listing manager and multi-location listings. Both of them are tongue twisters. I'll start with the multi-listing manager. The multi-listing manager enables a single member, who is considered like the master account, to create additional individual profiles on your site. I'll give you a simple example. If I am a talent management agency and I have different talent, I have bands, models, actors, and actresses, I can have my one master account and I can create different individual profiles for each of my talent groups. If I am a real estate firm and I have multiple real estate agents, I can create individual profiles for each of my real estate agents, and each of them are individually searchable on the site. They'll have a different profile photo, they can have different addresses, different phone numbers, all different information. So the multi-listing manager allows one master account to create additional listings or member profiles on your site. Sounds clear?
Okay.
The multi-location listings, if I am one single member and I actually service let's say I service Los Angeles and I service, let's go way up north, let's go to Sacramento. So what I can do is I have one listing, it has the same smiley profile photo and logo, it has the same phone number, but I've selected Los Angeles and I can select that I service Sacramento. So with that one listing, when a website visitor is searching either Los Angeles or Sacramento, that member's listing, that individual member's listing, is going to show up in both of those searches on your website, whether it's for Sacramento or Los Angeles. And you can give your members the ability to add additional zip codes they search, so it's very small. You can give your members the ability to select multiple states that they service, which is very large, and will give them a lot of exposure on your website. And you can limit the number of additional locations they can select. So maybe they can only add 3 more cities that they serve, or maybe they can add 100 cities that they serve. So obviously the more locations they select, the more visibility that individual profile has for searches on your website, at least location searches, that is. So allowing your members to list in multiple locations is an incentive for them to get more visibility on your website, and you can charge a premium for members who get to choose additional locations that they service, because they're going to get more exposure throughout your directory. So the multi-location listings is for one person to select other locations that they service, so they get visibility for those location searches. And the multi-listing manager is for a master account to create actually additional individual profiles. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes. So now that you've said that, can you, just on one of your sites, on one of your demo sites, can you go to the member product?
The product?
Yeah, member product, or whatever it's called, the member section.
Okay.
From the back end, from the admin.
Okay, so like I'm logged into John Smith here?
Well, no, as the admin person.
Gotcha.
Well, I think you could say here. So let's go service areas. I think that's where it is.
That's the add-on for the multi locations. So this person can now select up to 3 locations that you service. And in this case, this member can only add additional cities or postal codes, so they can't choose entire states. And what's really cool is you can choose the range of the type of location they can add. So let's do Beverly Hills, California, and then I can add either the city or the zip code. Obviously, the city is a little bit bigger than the zip code, so I'll add the city here. There it is right here. So now it says I'm listed in one additional location, which is Beverly Hills. And then you can just continue doing the same thing. You can do New York. And so I didn't choose a zip code. I'll add the city of New York. And there it is right there. Let's try to add more than 3. And I'll also do Denver. And I'll add this. So now I have 3 locations. It should say 3 here. Let's refresh the page. Let's make sure. Maybe there's just a delay there. Yep, there it is. So I'm listed in 3 locations. Let's try to add one more location. Let's do Austin, Texas. And if I click on add, it says you have reached a limit of locations. So as the website owner, this is real incentive for your members to get more visibility on your site, but also you can use this as a method for upselling your members to membership levels that give them additional locations that might allow them to select an entire state. And like an insurance company might service an entire state or multiple states, so that would be a good application for letting people to choose entire states.
Okay, and just one last thing to make sure that I clearly understand. If you could go to into this through an admin, not as the member, but as the admin of the entire site.
Okay.
Because this is where it gets confusing to me.
Okay.
So if you could just go as an admin, and then in the member, I guess it's in the member product.
Okay, right. The products for the, right. Okay, let me show you that real quick. So how do you choose those options? So I went to manage products, and let's just
I think
edit.
it's closing.
Let's edit one of the. Let me unfreeze that there. Okay. So
Okay.
let me just backtrack. So we're going to go to Finance, Manage Products, and we'll edit the premium level. This is the demo site, so it's fine. And where you control that when you have the add-on is under Search Visibility. And then you'll see these options here. Max location limit. So in the example we just did, the gentleman can only select up to 3 locations.
Okay.
You know, so that's where the limit is. And then the type of location, I was only able to add zip codes or cities, but you could allow them to do counties, states, or the entire country. So you can limit it to zip codes or cities or counties here. So these 2 fields are what control those, what we call service areas. But you can call it something else if you want.
Okay, now I understand. So I think this screen here shows in everybody's, I guess it's default, but in terms of location types, that really has to do, well, max location limit and location types, that has to do with the add-ons. Is that correct?
Correct. So this is correlated to having that add-on, the multi-location listings.
So now I know why I was confused. I thought that it was, okay, all right. I thought it was basically getting your search results based on state or, whatever you selected, but now I understand I have to have the add-on. Got it. Okay,
Gotcha.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's a great question. Thanks for joining us again, Sheila. All right, good question there about the add-on and how it works and how it can add value for your members. All right, let's keep going. I think we're doing okay on time here. I think we got time for 1 or 2 questions. All right, Mark, I see your hands raised there.
Okay.
How you doing today? Yep, loud and clear. Where are you calling in from today?
Okay, I'm from Indiana.
Okay, great. Is this your first webinar?
It is my first webinar. I'm one of the principals of the company, but my partner is the one that does most of this, but I'm on the marketing side more than on the back end, so I don't want to go to the website and ask a lot of questions as far as detail. I just have like 3 or 4 just boom, boom, boom questions just to give a feel and understanding. First of all, can the Brilliant be used as a CRM, or do you have to be connected to another CRM and transfer information of your members to that to be able to continue to communicate with them?
Yeah, so Brilliant Directories does offer some CRM services. So one of them,
Okay.
a lot of people use Brilliant Directories. They don't even make a searchable public directory. They just use it to manage their members in the admin area. And you have some abilities back here. Let me just.
Okay.
One of them is obviously you can have different membership levels or tiers. So, like a non-profit organization, they don't necessarily, they most likely won't have a public member directory of all their donors, but they can manage all their donors with Brilliant Directories. They can manage the recurring payments, their membership level with them. Another thing you can do is send your members emails. So you can search for a member in your admin. We'll look for Jennifer Cook. I'll just type in Cook. These are just sample members here. And what you can do is there's these actions here. And what you can do is you can send an email to Jennifer. And we do have pre-made email templates. You can also create your own template. So let's say her most recent payment was past due, or she wanted her login information again. There are pre-made templates, about 45 of them for you guys. Let's say you're going to put her account on hold. There's lots of templates for different things. So here's an email saying your account is on hold for whatever reason. So you can email members. Another thing you can do is you can email groups of members. So there is a newsletter functionality. And it is pretty basic, so there's no newsletters here. There's a blue button here to a new email newsletter. And you would write your email first, and then you select the template you want to send. So you would do that in your email template. So you can do like a company newsletter. And then what you can do is there's different contact tags. So let's say you wanted to send this to all your premium members. You could just check your premium members, and it shows that there's nine contacts in here. and then you can finally
Mhm.
do the name, the from name. By default, it's the website's name. So let's say you wanted to do this, Ron at samplesite.com,
Mhm.
and you could do Ron Smith, and there's very simple settings, and then you can send your email campaign. So
Okay.
you never have to have a public member directory. You can have a private one, and you can
Mhm.
control payments. You can search for members. You can send emails, and those are really the most important things as
Right.
far as
So
your.
with what we have is we will have thousands and thousands of members. We just started, but we are doing very well. And so, is there a limit? I mean, to volume? If we had 1 million members, for example, can we communicate inside of this? And is there any issues with the blacklisting or whatever? Since they are our members, I mean, does it work fine with that?
Well, what I would recommend is, so the system allows for a certain number of emails to be sent each day. I think the limit is 1,500. If you're going to be
Okay.
if you're going to be dealing with millions of members, you do have the ability to export your member lists. I'll show you that in a second. But what I would
Okay.
recommend is using like a third party like MailChimp or Aweber
Mhm.
to, well, if you're going to send that many email blasts, you're going to get better
Mhm.
reporting, because that's their job, is to do email marketing and
Okay.
deliverability and things like that. So what I would recommend is you can do a search for, let's say you wanted to do all your Los Angeles members that are premium membership levels.
Right.
And you can do a search. I don't know if that's going to bring any results on this demo site. So there's 2 members here, but let's say you had like
Okay.
2,000. You can export the search results,
Mhm.
and when you export it, now you have a list of California premium members, and then you can import that list into like a MailChimp or Aweber, and you can do your,
Gotcha.
your more formal marketing through there.
Okay. So as long as we're doing 1,500 emails or less per day, we're okay. When we get to larger than that, then we need to consider the export, from what I'm
Exactly. It
hearing.
sounds like a good problem to have.
Okay. Exactly. That's what we trust and we believe. We are premium member, and so where do I go to learn the most about anything I need to do as far as inside the system?
Cool. So in the admin area, we do have a support center drop down here, and
Mm-hmm.
you can go to our documentation, which is pretty much like a user's manual for it.
Okay.
What I recommend also, if you're just getting started, the video tutorials.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of videos here. A lot of them are more for setting up your initial site and
Okay.
getting you in the mindset. They're separated. Like the quick launch series is how to set up your site
Mm-hmm.
quickly. The launch plan series is like how to think about your site. It's more theoretical of how you're going to conceptualize your site with categories and membership levels,
Right.
because it's good to make a plan before you start getting to work. And there's things like that introducing you to Brilliant Directories. So you can use this drop down link here, and it'll take you to
Okay.
some different places to learn more about your new Brilliant Directories website.
Okay, if you can do one more thing, and then the last thing is right where you are. We have a two-step process for the sign up. We have just email address and password, and then we want them to put their name and phone number and physical address. So if we want to ship something to them, and with that, some of them are doing the first step but not doing the second step, which makes it. We want to have the two-step system, but I want to communicate to all of my members. Right now, we haven't really started communicating with them. So if I wanted to send an email to all members and it's less than 1,500, what would I do?
Okay, so I saw 2 parts to your question. You want your members to sign up to your site and put all the required information in, correct?
Right. In other words, put it this way: say there's 1,000 members and 700 just put their email address and password, and 300 that's all. In other words, they put everything, but 300 didn't put anything but their email and password. And we really want to communicate to all the members that message, and also like a welcome. So I want to send an email to all of the members, whether they just did the first step, even if they just did the first step. That's my point.
Gotcha. So you can select that membership level and welcome all those
Okay.
members with a newsletter. If you
Okay.
want to target members who didn't add certain information,
Right.
what you can do is, so I just downloaded that export that I created what you can do, so this is the export you get the person's name, their email.
Oh, okay.
What you can do is you can find out which ones don't have addresses, right? You can just sort in Excel and then delete everyone else, and now you have a list to import into MailChimp or something.
Got it. Okay.
And then
Sure. Okay.
You know, if there's no address here, you know that you can email them saying, "Hey, come and add your address."
Okay. All right, that works. That helps very much. And where I located that was where, as far as that drop down to.
So you want to go to search members.
To do the spreadsheet. Okay.
Search members, and then click on the export search.
Got it.
I'm going to make sure that's available for everyone after the webinar. So if you don't see it after the webinar, just check back in about an hour or so. You should see it.
Okay. Great. Thank you very much for your help.
All right. You're very welcome.
Bye.
All right. We have time for one more question. A good question for someone getting started out, Mark, there, about some of the capabilities in the back end. And we'll come back here. If you got questions, you can raise your hand. All right, Vincent, I got you. Vincent, your mic's unmuted. How you doing?
Good. My question was about how can you kind of reach out to the people that are in your thing? Like, I'm actually getting emails from other Brilliant Directory owners trying to get me to join their, you know, they send me this really beautiful email, and it has a link right to my free page or whatever. How do I do something like that?
Gotcha. So what Vincent's asking everyone is, you've uploaded members, right? And I'm assuming you're using the claim listing feature. So you
right.
For those not familiar, the claimable business listing, if you're importing a set of data, like 1,000 business listings, and then you want to email them saying, hey, come check out your profile, claim your listing, let me show you how to do that, Vincent. You want to provide a link in the email to their profile. So first of all, you need to know their email address. So I'm assuming you've uploaded these people with email addresses because you got to deliver the email to the correct person.
Some have emails, some don't. That's kind of this is my first one, so I'm going to be a little more careful on the next one. But
not a problem.
Sometimes I've had to actually go there, look at their website, and get the email.
Let me do this. Can I check out your site with you, and I'll save it so then you can copy what I did into the real templates you want to use?
Sure.
All right. Well, what's your site?
It's the OEMpartsDallas.com.
Okay.
You know, and this is kind of a little separate thing. I'm generating leads. I'm just having a hard time selling the leads.
Okay. So we'll get to that in another second here. So let me just create a new template for you. And I'm going to call it
I don't see what you're doing right now.
Okay, sorry about that. There we go. So what I did is I went to email templates. Let me just backtrack. And I'm going to create a new email template, which I'm doing right here.
Okay.
I'm going to just call this provide link to member. That's the subject line. And what's really cool is we've updated this part of the admin. So this is where you would put your body of your email. And down here, we've added some nifty variables that you can use for your members. And I think one of them is called file name. And file name does this. So let me create a link. It's going to be just a second here. Let me go to your site.
Now, the guy earlier, somebody who's chatting back and forth to the different members, mentioned something about MailChimp or something like that, where so you're not running it through your own domain, you're using a separate company. How do you get that data over to them?
I'll show you in just a moment. So it's similar to that export tool. So what you can do is, and I'm going to just save this for you. File name is the link to that member's profile. You just want to
okay, gotcha.
Just want to make sure you put your website URL in the beginning. So let me just insert this, and let me just double check what the link is in the source code.
Can you?
I will send that to you, and I'm saving it as an email template for you. So let's save this template. I'm going to call this provide link to member is the email template. And all it is a link. Oops. The template needs to be without spaces. So provide link. So that should work. Oops. Let's delete this. There we go. All right, so now let's go to one of your members, and let's.
Are you able to search by just the ones that have emails?
So for that, no. You could just search for a specific email address right now.
Okay. Okay.
So what you can do is, and let me just, I'm going to send an email to myself real quick using that template. So I'm going to send the email to a member, and I'm going to swap out with my email address. So what I did is I clicked on, send an email to this member. I'm going to just put Jason at Brilliant Directories. And well, let me choose the template first. So it's a custom one, provide link, and it should provide me with a link to that member's profile page.
Okay, gotcha.
We can actually preview the email here, and I think we can click on this link. We could just know that it's working. Well, this listing is not public, but that's the member's profile page. Gotcha. So you're good to go now. You have it there. You can copy and paste that into other email templates.
Okay, great.
All right. All right. Thank you.
But now here, I'm just trying to grasp how it actually works. Okay, so just as a sample, can you just do one of the is that what you were trying to do? Do one of those? Can you just walk me through it one more time? Just pick one and show me exactly how you attach.
So you want to go to send an email.
Okay, so right now this is internally. Now I'm sending it through my own domain, right?
Exactly. So this is to send a one-off email to someone.
Okay. Okay, gotcha.
You can also send a newsletter and just send it to a bulk people, and it'll use that template. So if we go to preview email now, we'll see. Oops, I didn't select the template. Well, actually, I did select the template. This is a link to your profile. Preview. There it is. So here's the link.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, I'll fool around with it and get it the way I want it.
Yeah, but you're good to go. So there are ways to to do these things, but really to provide a link to someone in an email template, you want to use the file name variable. Just make sure you put your website URL in front of it when you're creating the link. That way,
how would that coordinate now with MailChimp or somebody like that?
So what you want to do if you're going to do that is you want to export the search results. And let me go back to my Excel sheet here.
Gotcha.
In the Excel sheet here, it does provide you with the file name of the user. So here's the file name. Let me make this bigger. So when you export, there is a file name, and all you have to do is marry this with your website URL. So this is so let me just show real quick here. So what you would do is you can create a new spreadsheet, and you put you put your website URL, and then what's really cool is you can just do. Let me do this actually. I'll show you how you can put the two together. So you do a column, and then you do equals, and you can choose A1, and then you use and A2, and then you have a new cell that has the full extension with the user's file name as well as your website.
Oh, that's pretty neat. So can you put that code in there too?
Yeah, I'll put that in the chat here.
Okay, then you submit that to MailChimp, and then they now are submitting it without the name of the domain.
Correct. So then now you have an additional variable field that you can have. You can have their first name, last name, phone number. Link to profile page will be a custom variable you create in like a MailChimp. And then when you create your template in MailChimp, you use that variable to link people to their profile page that you've created for them.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, I'll get working on that.
All right. Thanks for the question, Vince.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, guys, great questions today. want to mention there are a couple more spaces for the Power Plan at 350. It's an awesome deal if you guys have additional awesome ideas for directory and membership websites. We're only limiting it to 10. There are just a couple left, so take advantage of that. And then also the contest winner of the week, John, hopefully you're on the webinar. You can email support@brilliantdirectories.com. You've won a Power Plan website. Congratulations. And also the recommended reading is Rework. You guys can Google it. It's an awesome way to simplify how you approach working on your company and your brand. If for any reason we were unable to get to your questions today, you can always join us in the Brilliant Directories LinkedIn Marketing Strategy Network. It's free to join. You can go to brilliantdirectories.com/LinkedIn. And again, the URL to get the 350 is brilliantdirectories.com/promo. Really happy that you guys joined us today. It was great to be with you. The next webinar is in 2 weeks, so you might want to put that down on your calendar. We will send a reminder email as well. So thanks everyone for joining, and see you again real soon.